I'm Chad, and as always, that's so not even how I'm supposed to do it. Welcome back to Outdoor to Canines, and as always, I'm your host, Chad. I understand that this video is going up middle of November, and I'm actually going to talk about October. But October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and not that I came across it, but there's something I believe in, and it's the Purple Leash Project. It's a collaboration between Purina and Red Rover. We all know who Purina is. Red Rover is an organization that tries and gives grants to domestic violence shelters so they can accept pets. And there's a purpose on going through all of this. So I just want to read a few statistics, and then you'll be able to figure out where I'm going with this. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men in their lifetimes will be victims of domestic violence. 48% of victims delay leaving their abuser. We're talking victims in general, and this is not a gender specific. Don't leave the abuser because of their pets. Like, they don't want to leave because that may require leaving their pets behind or something else, because there's no shelter nearby that will allow them to bring this pet. All right, which brings to this one is less than 10% of domestic violence shelters in the United States have the capacity or the ability to also house pets. And this one is like really like pretty bad. Over 70% of women in domestic violence shelters report that their abuser threatened, injured, or killed a pet as a means of control. 70%. Now, looking at 1 in 3, looking at these numbers, 70% of 1 in 3. So 1 in 3 is literally 33%, and my math skills is terrible, but 70% of 33% have had their pets threatened, injured, killed, because the inability to want to leave their pets behind and obviously face what the threats are, and won't find shelter or leave because of that. I don't judge victims because, well, they're the victims. As a child, I myself grew up in a household where there was domestic violence. Now, we didn't have pets, and I'm pretty sure we didn't have pets due to that scenario. But I have friends and family who they themselves were domestic violence victims, and they themselves had pets. And I can tell at least one of them delayed for years leaving due to the threats against their animals. And in one case, when they did leave, the worst case scenario was committed. So I'm pretty sure you can figure out where I'm going with that. The Purple Leash Project is the collaboration between Purina and Red Rover to bring money, grants, resources, anything to domestic violence shelters so that we don't have to see at least some of these numbers take place. I am asking for you to please, if you don't, I'm asking if you go to their sites, and it's Purina itself, Red Rover, I believe it's redrover.com. I'll put the links down below to go there and see for yourself the statistics and the information, and if you can find anything or any resources that you can donate to this project, whether it's through them, it's directly, whether you can find somehow to lobby your own legislators, whether local, state, or federal, county, whatever, to try and bring stuff to your local shelters or any shelters because these numbers are staggering. I mean, literally 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men. That is, if you start looking at quantities of people that exist in the United States, just the United States, 1/3 of all women. I don't know how the demographics break down in the United States. But let's just say it's the perfect magic 50-50. 50% women, 50% female. Wow, that was wrong. 50% male, 50% female. And then look at what that number would represent. And then look at those percentages. That is an insane level of people who experience any kind of abuse. And then when you look at the 70% of women, and that's just women, there's not a statistic in the literature for what it is for men, but 70% of women, don't leave their pets behind because of threats or the actual the deed is done, and they don't threaten the lives of people's pets, but actually act on it. That's something that no one in this country or in the world should have to face or fear. So I'm asking if you could help this project out, this organization out. Again, fortunately as a child, I had just the beautiful experience of witnessing it within my own home. And there were no pets. And I do understand that's probably a reason why there were no pets. Because as I got older, I got to see things and experience things that really kind of opened my eyes of why we didn't have pets. And it's just something that no one should have to go through. So please, I'm asking to do that. I also want to reach out to anyone who is watching this, and you are in any one of these statistics. You're the 1 in 3, you're the 1 in 4, you're that 70%. I ask that you find some sort of help. There are so many resources out there that are available. There's helplines, there's doctors, there's friends, there's family. It's a bad place and it's a bad time, and you're scared. You're scared to death for yourself, and you're scared to death for your pets. I encourage you to find the help that you need. To find help and get out of this situation and rescue yourself and rescue your pets. And I also know from experience of my own, there are often children involved in this as well. And I'm not judging you or the position you're in, how you got there, why you're there, or any of that. I don't care. I care about you, I care about your family, and I care about your pets. So if you are in these numbers, please find help. And if you're not in these numbers, please, I encourage you to help in any way you can. You may not know anyone that you help. You may not ever know anyone who does go through this. But you can also rest assured that any help you do give in any way, shape, or form is going to benefit the numbers that you don't know and you don't see. Because it's not something that a lot of people would enjoy speaking about. It's not great water cooler conversation and employment, like, oh hey, guess what happened to me last night, or guess what happened to my dog last night, or any other animal that you have. And it specifies pets. And an individual I spoke of earlier who unfortunately had the worst of that statistic take place, it wasn't a cat or a dog, it was other animals. But nonetheless, we all know how we feel about our pets or whatever they are. So again, I understand it's mid-November and we're past the month of caring, but I'm asking that help now and help in any way you can. And if you're in need of help, find it any way that you can. Thank you for stopping by. And this is not my normal type of video, and if it bothers you, Oh, I'm sorry and you feel that way, but this is something that I care about, and it's something I care about when it comes to people and pets and families and children. So if you can help in any way, please do. And if you need to get out, for the love of God or whatever, get out. Save yourself, save your children, save your pets, and help save somebody else. Thank you.